Hey, what's up? This is Rockstar, and this is my first gameplay of me getting a MOAB, with it being a full gameplay. And I'm playing Demolition on Lockdown. And for me, I typically don't do too bad. I have a 1.99 KD right now. And for some people, they'd say that that's pretty good, but I don't usually try my hardest. And I love sniping. I have all my snipers gold and I'm the max prestige, but I love sniping, so it probably doesn't help out my KD that greatly. But for the most part, I love playing Demolition. I'm ranked like 4,000 for or something like that. And the reason why I love it is because I know the spawns for the most part for all the levels, and I know pretty much what most people are going to do when playing each map. And for the most part, people are just gonna like stick to the bombs that are planted and try to defuse it. So the best thing that I can suggest for people to do if they want to get a bunch of kills and raise up their KD is to play Demolition and just stick on the outside of maps and cover the bomb. And you don't necessarily have to be like a team player and planting the bomb and defusing it all the time, but if that's your style, that works. And for me, this game, I ended up doing pretty good, and I get a MOAB. But I've gotten somewhere between 70 and 80, maybe a little bit more. I'm not too sure. I lost count, but most of them I ended up getting in Demolition, which is why this is probably my favorite game type. Just because if you play it strategically, you'll be able to get a bunch of kills. And if you're playing with some good teammates that help you out, you'll be able to do extremely good. And in this game, I was playing with my friend Tim, which is xG25, I think. And me and him both do pretty good. He was more of a bomb player, and I was just more of the team helper, I guess, carrier. I ended up carrying the team by a lot, but he ended up planting a bunch of bombs, and he planted the first bomb and blew it up, which gave us the time extension. So pretty much what you can see is I'm using the MP7 red dot and suppressor, and I ended up picking up this guy's ACR with suppressor. And I love my favorite class to run would be pretty much any weapon that's suppressed. And my perks would be sleight of hand, assassin, and dead silence. And for support, or my kill streaks, I'd use specialist. And my favorite would be to run hardline, scavenger, and marksman, just because scavenger, if you're not using it for your first perk originally, you're going to end up running out of ammo pretty quick if you're using like a submachine gun, just because they don't carry too much ammo. So I usually use that for my second perk, just because around that time I'll end up running out of ammo unless I pick someone else's gun up. And marksman also is one of my #1 favorite perks, just because you can see everybody at a long distance. So if you're good with your accuracy and shooting long range, then it helps you out a bunch. Also for my equipment, I use Semtex and portable radar. And portable radar, it's kind of a new thing to use, but it ends up helping you out in the long run, just because it gives you a little bit of a safe area that you pretty much know where everybody's at, except for the people with assassin on. But it still ends up helping you out a bunch. And for here, you can see that I stick to this tunnel for a little bit, just because it's a main area that a bunch of people will go to, since the only bomb left is right next to the tunnel's entrance. And if you just keep running around here, you'll probably end up getting a bunch of kills, just because people get tired of getting killed a bunch if you're like doing amazing, so they'll just pretty much leave you alone. But it's not technically camping for those of you that hate camping, just because I run around everywhere. Like, I'll stick to the tunnel and I'll go up above and check the overhang. But it helps out a bunch if you do use a suppressed weapon, just so that they don't know exactly where you are. So as you can see, all I'm doing is pretty much just trying to hold the people off that are going to the bomb. Except for there, they kind of went the opposite way of where I was able to watch at. So my best advice for someone that wants to like raise up their KD would be to probably play Demolition and just learn the spawns and learn where people like to go, because if you end up warning those places really well, then you'll be able to just end up doing good. And here you can see I got my MOAB and call it in right away. Help give the teammates a little bit of time to go plant the bomb. And throw in an extra kill right before the bomb goes off.
Friendly Predator missile inbound.
For this gameplay, I ended up getting like a new high kill streak for this kill spree that I'm on right now. I think by the time I die, I ended up being on a 60 kill streak, somewhere around there. And at the end of this round, I was like talking to my friend, and I was like, dude, should I kill myself and try to go for another one, or should I just keep going for a high kill streak? And he didn't know what to do, I didn't know what to do, so I was like, I don't know, I'll just wing it, I guess. And I guess right when I started off, I wasn't really thinking too much, so I was like, I got not flak jacket, it's stupid Black Ops, but I got blast shield, and I tried to kill myself with my Semtex right at the start, and didn't work out too well. I barely even got any hit markers on myself, so I ended up just going for the big kill streak. And some more advice, if you're on this defending side over here, is if you can rush into this building, you have a pretty good overlook out of most of the places that the enemies will go to, and you'll be able, this back corner is a big area where they spawn a lot at, so I love throwing my portable radar behind that counter just because it's a harder place for them to see it at. And the only way that you'll typically be able to see it is if you have like sit rep on or something. So for the most part, enemies won't destroy it. But if you can get up here and make sure that you watch your back so that enemies won't get you, you'll do typically well. Just don't camp there for too long, because then they'll start coming at you a bunch. And the MP7 is kind of a noobish gun, but this is when I was just started 20 prestige, and I had it unlocked with the prestige token I used on it when I was like, I think it was like 2nd prestige or something like that. That's when I unlocked it. So I was just gonna try to get it gold, since my goal now is to get all the guns gold. Well, all the ARs, the subs, and the snipers gold, just because I'm not a fan of shotguns. But yeah, so this was my favorite submachine gun at the time, so I just decided to get it gold. And here, as you can see, all I'm doing is sticking around A for the most part and trying to control it or defend it. And if you just run around in a big circle, you'll see a bunch of enemies, whatever, and you'll be able to get a bunch of kills. Hopefully, get yourself a MOAB. And here, I was kind of panicking because I was like, "Where's the guy?" And when I started to finally shoot at him, he had a Juggernaut suit on, so I just kind of hightailed out of there.
The bomb has been planted.
And here, I probably could have been more of a team player and gone to try to defuse the bomb, since I already had a MOAB and was on just a high kill streak. But I finally found that it was open, and I didn't see any enemies, so I just tried to defuse it, buy us a little bit more time so we could play a little longer. And it ended up working, and I was kind of scared. I didn't really want to die right there, just to see if I could make my kill streak higher. But it doesn't really help too much, I guess, unless you're a KD person. For me, I worry about my KD, but I do snipe a lot, so I can't really worry about it too much, just because sniping with MW3, you'll end up running into a lot of tryhards, which is not good for your KD. So I used to get ragey with sniping, but then I got to 20 prestige, and I was like, what else is there left to do with MW3? So I started the first gun I got gold was the Barrett 50 cal, and I got that gold mostly from playing like Infected and Free For All. And then there was a weekend where we got double weapon XP, and in that weekend I got the Dragunov and the RSASS gold. And I think the Dragunov was probably the most annoying one to get gold. Granted, everybody thinks that gun kind of sucks, but if you end up putting like kick and thermal on it, it's not too terribly bad if you can just spray. Well, not really spray. If you have a good trigger finger, it's not too bad of a gun. And the RSASS is one of my favorites for using for like team tack and stuff, just because it's kind of fun to trigger finger people and listening for their reaction, being like, oh, he has a mod. But in all honesty, people think I do have a mod, but I do not. So here you can see I run into a little bit of lag, decided to lay down, hopefully not get myself killed, and kind of got lucky there. I probably should have died just because of lag, but for once the lag might have ended up benefiting me. So like I said before, this is like one of my first videos that's a full gameplay and commentary, and if you like have any suggestions for me, just let me know.
The enemy is jamming our radar.
And as you can see a little bit ago, I ended up dying and my killing spree was over, but right here I tried to go for another high kill streak again with a little bit like a minute and a half left that we have, and I tried but ended up dying a couple more times before it ended just because I was rushing too hard and rushing in not smart spots.
The bomb has been planted.
So as you can see, the round's about to end, and the other team does end up winning just because I probably could have helped out more with the defusing and playing the bombs, but I was trying to get kills, I guess. I was more worried about kills in this game than anything else, which probably wasn't the greatest, but oh well. So if you ended up liking or thought any of this was interesting, let me know what you think and by liking and commenting below. And also, it'd be much appreciated if you could subscribe. It helps me out a bunch, and I kind of want to try to get more into this commentating and making videos and stuff. So if you want to play any games with me sometime, let me know. Send me a PM or send me a message or friend request over Xbox, and I'd love to play with you guys. Thanks for watching.
Don't let this happen again.
Talk to you later.